Let's actually talk about the Milwaukee Bucks. Fire Jason Kidd. Since firing Jason Kidd, basically over the last 10 games, the Bucks are 8-2, and they have now gone from basically being like 7th, 8th seed in the East to now being the 5th seed, only being a half game of behind Washington and about 2 games behind Cleveland. So I personally said that I thought that Giannis is the MVP. I still think Giannis is the MVP. Giannis leads the Bucks literally in points, rebounds, and assists. And he is He's 0.11 blocks behind John Henson, and he also is only averaging 2.8 turnovers a game, which means he is incredibly efficient. I told you at the beginning of the season, if the Cavaliers play the Bucks in the playoffs, I think Giannis takes out LeBron James. This team has 2 20-point per game scores, which, as I said earlier, a team that I think could get to the finals has to have 2 20-point per game scores. This team does, with Chris Middleton and Giannis. And then Drop Top Barry also came back. He's playing 17.8 minutes right now, and he's averaging around 9 points a game, which is a good lift for them because they needed more scoring off of their bench. And even looking at this team, Giannis is averaging basically 28. Middleton's averaging 20. Bledsoe's averaging 17. Brogdon's averaging 13. But did Brogdon tore something, right?
I don't think he tore anything.
I don't think he tore it. Let me look. I'm gonna look at the RotoWire. Brogdon is he's strained his quad.
Yeah.
He strained his quad, so he'll be out 6 to 8 weeks. But still, he'll be back toward the playoffs, which is fine, and they'll be all right, especially because they have Jabari back. And then they have a fairly solid team. I just feel like the biggest thing they were missing was shooting, which is why if they could have went out and got a guy like Joe Johnson or Bellinelli, or even went and got a random guy like Jody Meeks, I feel like it would have been great because they need more like timely shooters that they can bring in, rotate, and not lose too much on the offensive end. Because when Giannis is not scoring, it basically stalls everything out because he's such an integral part. It's kind of like when LeBron isn't scoring. Like, he can still affect the game in other ways and get you a triple double, but that don't always mean that you're gonna win the game. Versus when
not
LeBron,
now.
huh?
Not now.
What do you mean not now? On the new team, or are you talking about period?
New team. The new team.
I'm talking about period. Normally, when LeBron struggles, his teams don't win. Period. Which is what makes him so great. But with this team, they don't have that second guy. Like, Middleton is good, but Middleton is like, I don't even know. He reminds me of like Glenn Rice if he was Huff. Middleton is like Glenn Rice if Glenn Rice was Huff. And so I like Middleton, but like, you want Middleton to be Glenn Rice, and you don't want Middleton to be Middleton. Does that make sense?
Oh my God!
Does that make sense?
Man, like Glenn Rice, was up.
Does that make sense?
Nah, it does. Like, he'll go out there and get you 20, but it's like
exactly. I mean, and although Middleton is a shooting guard, you get what I mean, though.
Yeah, it's like
exactly. It's just like whatever. It's like, yeah, whatever. Exactly. So I believe in this Bucks to at the maximum get to the Eastern Conference Finals. I don't think that they can beat anybody in the conference finals unless Giannis like literally averages 40, 10, and 10 in a series, which I don't think can happen. But I would not be surprised if it did happen, just because of how explosive
40,
he
10,
can.
10?
Just because of how explosive he can be.
Okay.
Or 40, 10, and 5. He can average that in a series.
Well, that's possible.
Exactly. So you go ahead. You can talk.
I mean, his Bucks team over the past 10 or so games. I mean, they were 8-2 in their past 10. They're number 1 in defensive rating over their past 10 games. So, I mean, they look good. I mean, I think that they're just starting to get all their guys back. I mean, it sucks that Brogdon went down, but luckily it's nothing serious. Yeah, I mean, they look again.
Brogdon landed on one leg. Guys, land on both feet.
Yeah.
Gotta land on both feet.
Yeah, land on both feet, but. They look good though. Like over the past 10, they look good. Giannis has been incredible as he has all year, but he's finally getting some help. If Jabari can push his average, and this is a big year for Jabari because Jabari still wants to prove that he's deserving of a contract. I don't think he'll get it.
Mm-hmm. No, he doesn't deserve it though.
He's a guy who might have to. Well, no, he's not gonna do that because he got hurt too much. I mean, he might not even be there next year, depending on how much money somebody throws at him. I would say he's the guy that might have to play on the 1-year restricted deal, but with how much he's been hurt, if I was him, I would just take whatever. Whoever wants to give me the money, I'm taking it.
Yeah.
Because I've been hurt too much.
And you can prove it.
Yeah. So, but again, him coming back, if he can come in and give you 10 to 14 points going into the playoffs, that helps a lot. I mean, that will put him in 4th at scoring on the team. Eric Bledsoe is finally fitting in. Yeah, I mean, I like this team. I like this, even like Tony Snell, a guy shooting 40% from 3. I never thought I'd see a day where Tony Snell is pretty much a quote-unquote shooter.
Yeah, like but that's their biggest problem. And the other thing about
they do need more shooting.
The other thing about Middleton is
he's shooting 34% from 3.
A quick stat, a key stat on Middleton, what I was talking earlier. He is 3rd in the league right now in terms of percentage, in terms of highest percentage of points in the mid-range, according to NBA.com, at 30% of his points. So he still is not stretching the floor, which is why he can give you 20 a game, but he not going, like I said, he like Glenn Rice if Glenn Rice was Huff. So, with Snell, that's it.
And even with Giannis' perimeter game has been improving. It's been improving. It's been some games. I think he went 3 for 3 in like he went 3 from 3 from distance in one game within the past like couple weeks even. So Giannis' perimeter game has been improving again. This is a team I don't expect too much from them this year. But if there was gonna be a team to upset somebody, my best would be on the Bucks as well. If there was gonna be a team to upset one of like the top 3 seeds, my best would be on the Bucks. Because they just have a guy in Giannis. Like they're in damn near every series in the East besides Cleveland, Giannis would be the best player on the court. And even in like a series, it's a possibility Giannis could outplay LeBron.
Yeah,
in a series, it is a possibility that it could happen. Yeah. So the fact that you have Giannis on the court gives you a chance against any team. So going to the playoffs, I like them. I think that they'll get all of their guys back at the right time.
Yeah,
and hopefully they can start rolling. And I hope Jabari can get it going. I want the best for Jabari. I want him to go out there and get a contract. So I'm sure he's gonna be motivated. So I mean, yeah.
Yeah, and as we look forward for the Bucks, a couple more key stats. Looking at NBA.com, a player's estimated impact. Giannis currently has the highest rating at 19.7. I'm not sure exactly what numbers go into that, but he's number 1 over Harden by 0.6. And in terms of usage, Harden is the highest in the NBA right now with a 36.2 usage rating. Russell Westbrook is 2nd at 34.2. Joel Embiid is 3rd at 33.9. DeMarcus Cousins was 4th, and then after him at 5th was Giannis, and then Kristaps Porzingis was behind him. So at this point in time, Giannis has a higher usage rating than Kyrie Irving, LeBron James, Devin Booker, and guys like Steph Curry, and even guys like Dennis Schroeder. So we'll see about the Bucks.